Ecuador, of course, personally is so important to me because it's my first place that I climbed at altitude and learned all the basic skills of high altitude mountaineering. But still, 25 years later, I still think it's the perfect place to learn these skills and a perfect stepping stone to bigger mountains. And the reason for that well, there's lots of reasons. The mountains are beautiful and big and intimidating. They can be over 20,000 feet tall, but they still have easy access, and most of them have huts at the bases of the mountain. And what that means is you can sort of separate out all the big mountain camping skills and instead focus on acclimatization skills, crampon and ice axe and rope work skills. And between mountains, when you really need to recover from these really difficult climbs, you can go back to a beautiful city and eat great food, sleep in a bed in a beautiful hacienda like we are now in Pinsaki. And that allows, I think, a better mindset for then learning skills when you're out on the big peaks. And so one of the fun parts of the Ecuador Climbing School, and really all the trips we do, is it's not just about the final summit or the final mountain that maybe you've heard the name of and worked, trained for months to get to. We do a series of peaks leading up to that largest big summit. Here in Ecuador, we climbed Ruku Pinchincha and Fuya Fuya. And these are non-technical hikes, the same kind of thing like almost imagine a Colorado 14,000 foot peak at home that we might climb in the United States. But they're beautiful, they're hard work, and what they're doing is they're helping us to learn to be more efficient on our feet, making sure we have our sort of nutrition and hydration dialed on big days in the mountains, and also they're helping us to acclimatize. They're helping us to make changes to be able to better survive and perform at progressively higher altitudes. But they're some of my favorite parts of the trip, actually seeing these other beautiful mountains in Ecuador. The skills that we focus on this program here in Ecuador, the Ecuador Climbing School, it really can be your first mountain experience. So we're teaching the essential technical skills like walking in crampons, utilizing your ice axe for both self-belay and stability and also self-arrest, and then working on a rope team when you're in crevassed and glaciated terrain. So all those skills are really well taught here. It's the perfect environment. The difference between here and perhaps doing a peak in the United States like Mount Rainier or Mount Shasta is here we also spend a lot of time focusing on high altitude. The peaks that we climb here in Ecuador are between 16,000 feet tall for our acclimatization peaks and almost 21,000 feet tall on Chimborazo. And so we spend a lot of time working on high altitude physiology, how your body should feel, how to make it feel better at altitude, and then progressing through those. The summit days are really, really difficult because of the altitude, and that's what you want and need to start going to the bigger mountains of the world. So we just finished our summit day on Cayambe, which is 18,996 feet tall, and it was what I would consider a classic big mountain summit day. We woke up before midnight. We had to try to be very efficient getting out of the hut as a team. We walked through some real weather in the first hour or two, almost rain and then freezing rain as we came through the cloud layer and popped above it. We spent hours walking on a massive glacier with huge crevasses. And that's one of my favorite times of the day, where the hardest point for many people is right before sunrise. It's kind of a low point. It's just really hard work as you're getting up high. And then the sun came up and you're seeing these incredible views and you're with your team and finally can maybe imagine touching the summit. Reaching a big summit like we did yesterday with a team that we'd all been working so hard together to learn skills and to go through the different acclimatization hikes, there's truly nothing better. The summit is a funny place because it's a place we want to celebrate because we have just accomplished this huge thing that we worked really hard for, and I think we all felt that yesterday, the joy of it. But also we were in a whiteout. There was a little bit of weather and a storm coming, and on the summit you're as far away from your safety system, your safety net as you possibly can be. So there's also that sort of stress or tension that we still have a lot of work to do to get down safely. And I love that moment, those super strong feelings of both stress and tension and also joy.